Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on Toned In Entertainment, where we love pop culture. Now, as a kid that grew up in the 90s, man, I used to love going to arcades and specifically playing fighting games. I mean, I would pump in quarter after quarter just to keep playing Street Fighter or Killer Instinct. But there was one fighting game that really set the bar in a whole other direction that really had people talking, and that was Mortal Kombat. I mean, come on, it had tons of blood and violence, and of course, you know, when you had those things, you definitely get people talking. Now, what does Hollywood do when people are talking about a product? They make a movie about it, and that's what our movie look back is here today. We're gonna look at the 1995 release of Mortal Kombat. The movie stars Christopher Lambert as Lord Raiden, Robin Shou as Liu Kang, Cary-Hiroyuki Tagawa as Shang, Bridgette Wilson as Sonya Blade, Talisman Soto as Katana, Trevor Goddard as Kano, Chris Casamassa as Scorpion, Francois Petit as Sub-Zero, Keith Cook as Reptile, and was directed by Paul Anderson. Now, our main bad guy in this movie is Shang Tsung here, and he has his eyes set on conquering Earth. But in order to do so, he has to win 10 Mortal Kombats, and of course, going into this movie, he's already won 9. So, just one more to go, but not if Lord Raiden has his say, as he recruits Johnny Cage, Sonya, and Liu Kang to defend Earth from the evil Shang Tsung. Now, while the premise is simple, don't expect to be bored because there's a lot of action, a lot of combat to be had here in Mortal Kombat, and you will see a slew of your favorite characters from the video game, each battling it out to try to bring victory to their respective side. Now, of course, Mortal Kombat had an awesome cast of characters, but you have to have more than that. You need cool special moves in a fighting game, and Mortal Kombat definitely had that. It's what drew people to the arcade cabinets. And of course, here in the movie, you want to see those special moves, and thankfully here in Mortal Kombat, the movie, they do translate them very well. You get to see Liu Kang play with fire, Sub-Zero show people just how cold he can be, and Scorpion, pretty much everybody's favorite, you get to see him use his iconic spear. Now, in addition to the characters I mentioned earlier, we also get to see Katana, Reptile, and Kano also join the craziness here of Mortal Kombat. But I think my favorite is they put Goro into the game. Come on, how awesome is Goro? Now, I'm not sure exactly how they made him work, whether it was animatronics, a guy in costume, or some CGI, or a combination of all of them, but they did a really good job bringing Goro to life, and he definitely is here to bring the pain under the guidance of Shang Tsung. Now, when it comes to the casting, not only do I think they did a great job of finding actors and actresses who look like the characters from the video game, but they found people who can actually pull off their mannerisms and make them real believable. Now, while I think Raiden might be the weakest of these, I think people like Shang Tsung, Johnny Cage, and Liu Kang were casted perfectly, and they pull off these parts almost flawlessly. Now, the characters do have to go through this journey and defeat a lot of bad guys, but along the journey, of course, there are lots of fights. It is Mortal Kombat, but come on, how cool is this scene between Scorpion and Johnny Cage? Definitely one of the most exciting and most well done fight scenes in the entire movie. Now, while our characters are going to have to battle a lot of bad guys along the way, the journey will all lead up to a big battle between Liu Kang and Shang Tsung to stop him from taking over Earth. Now, our heroes, they're able to handle Shang Tsung, so everything should be great, right? I mean, Earth is saved, everything's good, right? Come on, this is Mortal Kombat, and more importantly, this is Hollywood. We're not gonna let it go that easy, and that's when our heroes, they're introduced to an even bigger and badder bad guy looking to conquer Earth. Now, if you want to check out the original Mortal Kombat movie, there's no need to even shell out any money, as it's currently streaming here on Netflix. Now, do I recommend checking out the original Mortal Kombat movie, or even if you've seen it before, going back and reliving it? I'm gonna say yes. Even after 25 years, watching Mortal Kombat again was a lot of fun. Now, the story isn't too deep, but it's good and it's there. And it's Mortal Kombat. There's a ton of action and a lot of combat and a lot of cool special moves for us to relive those glory days of Mortal Kombat. And even if you really know nothing about Mortal Kombat, the story is simple enough, but yet fun enough to really enjoy it. Now, while I am a bigger Street Fighter fan than Mortal Kombat fan when I compare the two original movies, Mortal Kombat definitely did it much better. If you want to see my thoughts on the Street Fighter movie starring Raul Julia and Jean-Claude Van Damme, you can see it right in the link below. It was actually my first movie look back here on the channel. But going back to Mortal Kombat, they did a really good job, especially with like the set design and the locations to really give it that real authentic Mortal Kombat feel. Plus, an awesome job with the casting, with the special moves, and the story. It all comes together and it all makes for a really fun experience. Now, while I had a lot of fun looking at the original Mortal Kombat movie, we're going to continue our movie look backs here on Toned In Entertainment this week with a bonus look back, and we're going to look at Mortal Kombat Annihilation, the sequel to this movie that came out just 2 years later. Now, does that movie stand up to the original? Oh, well, I think you're going to be maybe a little disappointed. But guys, make sure you subscribe here to Toned In Entertainment for that movie look back and all things pop culture here on the channel.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.